my local Goodwills just did something very different and kind of cool, honestly. It's called Passport for Route 66, and what it is visiting 4 locations on Route 66 in the Tulsa Metro, and now on your 4th stop, you get 25% off along with a commemorative pin. So, of course, I had to try the challenge. If it's your first time on the channel, my name is Ryan. I'm a full-time reseller on sites like eBay and Poshmark, and in today's video, we are going to complete the Route 66 Passport Challenge by Goodwill. So when I first noticed that they were doing this event, I was already at the 3rd location of the day. I was at the Garnett location and they had a sign out right by the registers, and I was kind of like wondering, what is this? So I read through it, asked the cashier, and they're like, oh yeah, you visit any of the 4 locations, doesn't matter what you buy. You could go into each store and buy one item, and they'll put a sticker on this little card you get, and then they usually punch it. But each store will have like their own sticker, so you can't just put a sticker on it. You have to visit all 4 locations. So I was a little upset, not gonna lie, because I already visited 2 of the locations when I got to the Garnett location. I already went to the Goodwill outlet, and I also went to the Southwest Boulevard location. So I already went to those locations before I even got a sticker. I was a little kind of like, really? But as a full-time reseller, of course, I'm going to visit these locations, so it's not that big of a deal. And I kind of already planned like, all right, well, I got at least 1 sticker for today, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit the locations tomorrow. So that's what I went ahead and did. All right, we just got our 2nd sticker. So luckily, our next stop is the outlet, and it's just right down the street, like a few buildings down. So we're gonna head there, at least buy something, and then probably head to Claremore to get our last stop. All right, so we're here, and we're gonna run inside, grab our next sticker, and then move on to the next location. All right, we got our 3rd one out of 4 here at the outlet. Our next stop and our last stop is our stop in Claremore. It is our last stop because it is the furthest away. It is roughly about 37 minutes away from us. It is not just only across town, it is the next town over. So we're gonna head there and check out our commemorative pin that we get. We'll get 25% off. So that'll be kind of cool. So stay tuned. So we completed the challenge, and I gotta say, it was different. It was kind of rewarding in a sense, instead of just everybody going to the same store where they get the 25% off because it's Customer Appreciation Day. Sometimes those days kind of get overwhelming for me, so I really skip them a lot of the time. I do go on Dollar Day, which on Monday was our dollar day for the color of the week, which was the same day that I completed the passport. So not only did I get things for like $1, I got them for 75 cents. I will say this is what the pin looks like right here. If I can get it in the frame, it's pretty cool. It says Goodwill and 66, it's just a regular pin. Probably doesn't cost much, but it's pretty cool. I think it's neat. It's kind of rewarding. It's something that's so cheap, but it's a rewarding feeling that you completed the challenge. And I will say my last stop was Claremore. I do not go to this store very much. and it's because it's just far away from me. I live nowhere near it. I probably live about 30 minutes away, which I guess there's some people that travel 2 hours to locations, and I've even done that when I go to Oklahoma City. But going to Claremore is just really out of the way, and there's not really much else there. I think if you go to our Claremore location, that you could go to our Owasso location, which is fairly close as well. But I don't know. I just do not go to this location very much. But I will say I did spend, well, if I did not use the 25% off, I would have spent $180, but because I got 20% off, 25% off, I ended up spending a little more than I kind of planned to, and I ended up spending like $135. So that was awesome to be able to use that 25% off there in a store I do not normally go to. So, and I probably should have made a little video of what I got, but I forgot. I needed to get my listings done for the day, and I was trying to speed through. Right now, I have been pushing 30 listings a day for all my platforms, so that has been pretty hectic to kind of get adjusted to. Would I do this challenge again? I say yes. I think it was a lot of fun, and it's where you can still get your 25% off, but yet you don't have to fight everyone else at the same store. It was a very unique thing by Goodwill. I think they should do things more like this. Like I said, this pen probably costs a penny or maybe 5 cents to them, and you get your 25% off. So it was a way to kind of do a customer appreciation. But you could also travel, and all 4 stops were across Route 66, so you could have taken Route 66 the whole way. Even I will say it is far, but it's really cool to see that the 4 stops on Route 66, because Route 66 is a big part of like Tulsa anyways. I know it goes from Los Angeles to Chicago, but we take a lot of pride in it here in Tulsa. Probably more than a lot of places, because I've traveled Route 66, at least from Tulsa to Flagstaff. And I will say I see more pride probably in it in Tulsa more than any place I've ever been. I could be wrong, let me know. But I will say one other thing. Would you do this challenge to get 25% off your purchase? It's about from the furthest location to the 2 furthest locations. It's about 35 miles roughly from each point. So let me know in the comments, would you try this challenge to get 25% off at Goodwill? And for a commemorative pin, of course. Give this video a like if you want to catch more content like this. I really appreciate it if you made it this far in the video. I know it was kind of short, but I just wanted to kind of talk about it. It was a pretty little fun challenge I did. So if you want to catch more content like this, like I said, please subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.